Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sikhuluma ama-reality TV shows, ama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers. If it is your first time joining me today, or you've been around but you have not subscribed, there is a subscribe button like it's, and ucindezele i-notification bell so that you can get notifications uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Kanti-ke futhi you can support the channel by liking the video right now and also watching the adverts. So last night we got an episode 7 of Real Housewives of Johannesburg season 3. Okay, listen, when it comes to Mamus, you guys, because with all of the ladies this season, I am still trying to figure out what their storyline is this season. And in episode 1, Mamos did mention something about her family, and I really honestly thought that she was doing this in passing. I did not think that Mamos was going to use this as a storyline, okay? And in one of the scenes, and this is the scene right here, I'm not going to play it because this is the second time I'm doing this video. I did play the video in the clip in the first video, and for some reason there is issues with monetizing it because of course the STV is very strict with their content. So on this scene you can find it on there. I think it's One Magic, the channel here on YouTube. You can find this scene here, the clip. Mamos is introducing herself in episode 1, and one of the things that she says is her adoptive parents are overseas because, of course, they're dealing with some issues when it comes to the church. And some people are saying that her parents flee the country. As you can see here, the title of the video says, "My parents did not flee the country." Okay, so of course I was interested in this story because I was like, they flee the country. Why do they do that? And he is a pastor, and then the wife is a prophetess. I was like, this is an interesting story, but I forgot about it, you guys, because I did not think that she was going to focus on it as a storyline. I thought it's something that she was saying in passing, you guys, because she did mention also that she does work for the church, and I thought maybe she just felt the need to mention what was happening with her parents, because maybe she was making the assumption that all of us know who her parents were when we actually didn't know, because I'm one of those people that did not know who her parents were. So for me, she could actually get away with not giving the details of who her parents were and what's happening with them. Okay, so she did that in episode 1, and I thought we were over that. And then now we in episode 7. What she did in episode 7 is that she took the ladies, Real Housewives cast to church, okay, to show them the church building. It wasn't like it was a church service or anything. No, she wanted to show them specifically the church building, okay. And it's a big arena, you guys. It's a big arena that I assume it's worth millions and millions of rands. And she's talking about how the arena is not yet done. This was her father's dream to actually build this arena, and it has costed a lot of money, but they still need a lot of money to finish it. She talks about how it is 90% finished and they need like 45 million to be able to finish it, honey. Okay. At some point, I was like, is Mamus trying to get money out of these women? Okay. Or is she trying to get money out of the some viewers that might be like, oh my God, there is this church out here that is not finished. They require 45 million. Let's donate to it. I was still like confused. And then in episode 7, that's when I realized that actually this is Mamos' storyline this season. She has chosen to use this story as her storyline. And I felt like what a mistake for her to do, because going online now, because obviously as a reviewer now I'm feeling like I need to get more information on this story, because obviously this is this woman's storyline now. Okay, so I go online to see what it was all about. Okay, and I'm finding information, and it's a big scandal about this couple that was building this church, and then the church members started questioning how the funds for the church were being used when it came to this project, and instead of them giving the church members some answers, they skipped the country. And I'm like, why would any woman in her right mind use this as a storyline? Because I wasn't associating her at all with this scandal. I didn't even know about the scandal. Like, I'm out here now asking Christian people, the people that are doing Christian content, listen, tell me what's happening with this story, because she did that. I don't know, you guys. I do not feel like it was the a good idea for her to use the story as a storyline. But I get a little bit of why she did it. I think that she does love her parents. By the way, at the beginning of the season, she does say that these are her adopted parents. She says they are my adopted parents. Okay, and that's the thing about Christians too, is that sometimes you will hear somebody saying, this is my mom and dad and all of that, and then you find out, no, it's my mom and dad in Christ, but the person has their biological parents. So I don't know if this is a formal adoption where as a baby or as a child she was adopted to this family and they have raised her, or it's one of those where it's church parents but she does have a biological parents. Okay, but she's very close to them, very emotional about the fact that they cannot be in the country because of this whole scandal. And from all that she is saying, she's saying that her parents were falsely accused by some church members. I guess there were some church members that maybe were jealous of them in the church and they decided to come up with this story. And yes, it's true, you guys, there are articles that did come out about this particular church. And yes, there are people that believe that they did misuse the funds of the church, the funds that they were supposed to use to build the church. Okay, I ended up watching Solomon's Temple. You guys check it out. Check out the YouTube channel, Solomon's Temple, because he has there a few videos that he has done at the time when the scandal was very new, which a lot of his videos about this particular story are done like a year ago. And at that time, he is talking about how this couple had already been out of the country for like 2 years. So if it was 2 years a year ago, it's already like 3 years or almost 4 years now since they've been out of the country. Okay. And there is a video that the father does while he is in the US, I guess as an attempt to try and defend himself, you know. And in this video here, it's clear that he's not well because there's been reports that he is very ill being in the US. And from what Mamus says in the show is that the cause of his illness is heartbreak, basically, because of course he was disappointed by how the church members treated him and the family when it comes to the church. So in this video, guys, this was his attempt at explaining to the church members what was going on and updating the church members. And I don't think that it works because it doesn't give the answers that people were looking for at the time. Okay. Here's the thing that I don't understand, you guys, especially when it comes to churches and church leadership, is that if at any point church members come to you and say, listen, Mfundisi, we have questions here and there about how the money is being used in the church. Churches are supposed to be NPOs, and NPOs are supposed to do some kind of bookkeeping. There must be a financial statement somewhere. There must be a balance sheet somewhere. There must be a bank account somewhere that somebody must account for. And if people have questions about how the money has been used, you can just easily say, listen, here are the financial statements. Here, if you need supporting documentation, let me know, I'll give them to you. These are the people that we paid, these are the service providers that we pay, these are the employees that are being paid, and this is how far the project is, and this is how much we have in the bank, and this is how much we need to do the project, and this is the proof, these are the quotations to say that this is how much we need to complete the project. Easy, you know, easy. Why would you even have to skip the country if really honestly the 90 million, because there are reports that 90 million had already been used in building the church? And you guys, it's a big building, it's a fancy building, it's an like when I say it's an arena, it really is an arena. So obviously there's been money that has been spent on it, okay, and it's a lot of it. But the question is it all of the money that was supposed to go in there, or part of it went somewhere else? That's all that the church members really want answers on, you know. Why would you even skip the country instead of just giving those answers? I feel like it's simple. Okay, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but I feel like it's simple, you guys. If I give you 2 rand today and I say that go and buy 2 sweets and you come back with 1 sweet, then you have to give me a receipt that that 1 sweet costed 2 rand instead of 1 rand. I mean, it's as simple as that. Accounting is as simple as that, basically. Okay, where did the money go? Okay, but they are overseas. I feel like Mamus is attempting to clean up, her parents' image when it comes to the story. She is trying to tell their side of the story. But I feel like it's doing the opposite because it's making us want to know more about what happened with the scandal. And what I'm finding out, I haven't found everything, but what I'm finding out, it's not good for them. I feel like that. I feel like what I'm finding out is not good for them. So maybe this was not the story that she should have brought on Real Housewives, because it's basically just reviving the whole thing. Now we're talking about it. Even me, who did not know who they were, who did not know anything about the church, now they're going to know about it. Now I'm doing a video about it, and some of you did not know about them. Now you are going to know about them. You are going to go to Solomon's channel and watch the videos, and you're going to have questions about it. I don't think that this was a best storyline for Mamus to choose, you guys. And also, people are going to have more questions about it, that they're going to expect that at the reunion she's going to answer those questions. And some of the questions she might not be able to answer because maybe she wasn't that involved financially in the church. Yes, she does work for the church. She said that she is the HR manager in the church, or HR consultant for the church. But I don't know how involved she was when it came to the finances, because some of the things that they're complaining about when it comes to this church is the fact that the pastor had appointed mostly his family members as a board of directors in the church. Okay, so the board was mainly made of family members, which was not supposed to be like that. So a lot of the family members allegedly might have benefited from the finances or the money that has gone missing. So this is not something that you want to come on TV and talk about as a cast member of Real Housewives of Johannesburg, because now we're going to question whether you being rich now has anything to do. Did you also benefit from the church money that people are thinking that it went missing? Did you benefit that house that we've seen, the beautiful house that you live in? Does it have anything to do with that? Was your husband part of the church? Was he part of the board? And there's a lot of questions that it raises. That's why I say for myself that if I was here, I just wouldn't have chosen to come on Real Housewives of Johannesburg. And on top of that, I wouldn't have chosen this storyline as my storyline on the show, you guys. Listen, okay. I don't know, you guys. We're gonna see how, if it works for her, that she's brought the story on the show. I don't think that it will, but maybe it's too early to tell, because one thing that I noticed about the other women, they were really sympathetic to her about the situation of her missing her parents, because her parents have had to go over. And she says that they went there to cool off, and I'm like, even if you needed to cool off, listen, like 3 months you can cool off and come back and sort out the stuff that you needed to sort out. The cooling off for almost 4 years for me is like, that's not you cooling off, okay. That is not you cooling off. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I am so interested to hear what you think about this in the comment section. Do you think that it was the right decision for her to bring this on as a storyline, and do you think that it's going to work for her on the show? Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Ntando. Kakulu.